I love that last little bit. What is it raining for you? Think of the image that you would want coming down out of the sky as rain. It's raining something. Might as well rain what you are creating. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm in a balloon theme tonight. I don't know why. I just thought, hot air balloon. It's summertime, right? So why not do that? If you're all doing well, I'm going to check our other feeds on Facebook first here. It's not there yet. Okay, YouTube looks good. So I'm going to go with it. We're okay tonight. I hope we fixed that bobble that we had last week with Signal. So hope everybody is doing well. Thanks for being here tonight. Going to be a little shorter tonight. I think we're going to get pretty much straight into the meditation here. Got a couple of things that we'll talk about, but we'll wrap up a little early tonight, hopefully. So these early messages that are coming in, Pam here. Um, we also had one from Pat Harkins, said that in the Facebook group earlier, said that she just got slammed with COVID, she and her daughter, and they put Kat on some antiviral medication, and evidently she's not doing so good with that. So we will certainly remember them tonight. And it has. It's been a heavy week. I like good vibes. Thank you, Julie. It's raining. Well, that's a sit in the manifestation. Perfect. Hello. That's Esmon. Hey, Esmon, glad you're here. Glad you made it. That's great. Good deal. And hot tamale. Love that. That logo is just too cool. Oh, the fire. Oh, that's great. All right. How about a card? You guys want to do a card? I have a cool card tonight because the great thing about tonight's card is it's not all green. You can actually see it. That's great. Little green on the pants down here, but other than that, it is looking pretty good for this. And this is the Knight of Wands card. And of course, we use this amazing Light Seers deck. It's available in Hay House and from Amazon and etc. But it's the Light Seers deck. Can you see that? Oh, it's coming through. Let's see. Let's put it over the balloon. Maybe you can see it a little better there. But yeah, the Knight of Wands, and this is a great card. You're going to love this. So, the positive, we remember this starts out with the characteristics of the positive side and then the shadow side. Charisma, passion, spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy. I like that one. Enthusiasm, courage, taking inspired action, always. Pursuit of adventure. Whoops, over here. Pursuit of adventure. On the shadow side, if we get on the wrong side of this energy, unfocused energy, self sabotage with fiery emotions, Has that not been the theme this week? Recklessness, the need for more self-awareness, being cocky. What have you been dreaming about? The Knight of Wands gallops in and out of your reading with messages of adventure, of impulsivity, of brave pursuing the things that you desire the most. Get the stick out, right? That passion project you've been tinkering with, the drum circle you've always wanted to join. Allow spontaneity into your choices and give yourself the freedom to shift your reality and to match your desires. It's okay to create new things and to run with the wind when you're feeling charged up about an idea. Go with it. Allow this high spirited energy to rush in and incite a wildfire of positive momentum. In shadow, this card counsels against reckless impulsivity and heated outbursts. Listen to tomorrow's Fun Astrology podcast on that one. You don't want all that pent up creative energy to spontaneously combust. Boy, this so fits this piece of sky energy. Fan the flames and leave some energy for the long haul. Make your passion work for you while whooshing yourself towards success. I can't believe we picked a balloon. Whoosh. And by the way, the card was picked a long time after the slide. In the pursuit of the imagined, I manifest this fire with infectious feelings of inspiration. Boom. Whoosh. There we go. That's great. That is great. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's see. Let me catch up. Hey, it's Scott. Hello, Scott. Good to see you here tonight. Hello, Tom Rebro. Thank you for the comments on the, this is Grace. Thank you, Grace. Loving the Sunday. I really appreciate that. That was an intuitive prompt that was right up there with do a podcast in 2013 or email Fred Dodson in 2013. So we'll see where it goes. And I really appreciate the positive feedback, getting a lot of it. So you guys are liking it. And that's just awesome. Love that. Thank you. Hello, Deborah. It's a little fur baby you got going here. I kind of, oh, I see. I see now. Eye and a nose. Yeah, good. Cute. I was out walking. So I'm about a third of the way up a mountain that goes from, what would it be, 2,500 feet up to 5,000 feet, let's say. So I'm, up there a little bit. And the road kind of curves and just goes flat out of here, and then it goes down the hill. But it's gravel. It's this chat that they brought in, and it's gray. And I'm out there walking in my sandals, open-toed sandals. I look down, and I had to do a double take because it was a dead baby copperhead. And I wanted to verify. I mean, it was obviously dead, but I wanted to get it out of the way because there are a couple of people up here who walk dogs, and a couple of them are small dogs, and they go right down that way. So I wanted to get it out of the way, and then I texted everybody and said, "Hey, heads up." So I don't know why in the world I went down that path, but anyway, something about that. I have no idea. Being careful, maybe. Maybe it fits the energy of the week, right? So let's see. Oh, that's great. That's great. Um, trying to. That's Esmon. Great, Esmon. Thank you. This is Melissa. Super. Wow, this is great. Good stuff coming from everybody. So awesome. Okay, got a couple of things. Let me just, like I said, we're going to move right on into the meditation pretty quick today. But this is the last week that Sarah's going to be taking orders on the Enjoy the Journey bracelet. So, um, the URL for her shop now this is in the Facebook group, so those of you on Facebook can go to the post that's pinned up at the top and get this straight link to it. If you're on YouTube and you're not in our Facebook group and you'd like to join the Facebook group, just answer the questions, and that way we'll know that you're a podcast listener and not a bot or a disruptor. And you can come in. But there's the link. It's Petrichor KC LLC on Shopify. So if you find Petrichor KC, that's why I wanted to put it up there and leave it for a second. You can screenshot it with your phone or capture it or whatever. And if you just then go to the search and type in "Enjoy the Journey," you'll get the link. So that's how you get to that. I've been wearing these are chakra bracelets of Sarah's, and it's just getting some really good feedback on these. I can't wait to get my hands on one of these wonderful creations that she has come up with. So that's great. All right, let's see. We'll go into this here in just a quick sec. I know. Me too, Amelia. Absolutely. Me too. Okay, let's see here. So that's Melissa. Yeah. All right. So um this is okay. So let's talk about energy because I know this week was it was tough on me. I'm going to tell you a story here in a minute. So um, this is how powerful energy is. One of Fred Dodson's legacy books is Levels of Energy. You guys know that if you've listened to anything for very long, we talk about it all the time because it is foundation to so many things. He made a few editorial changes in it. And if you have the Kindle version of version one, all you have to do is delete the files and then reload the files, and the new book should come up. One of the ways that you know it's new is that it's like one of the first introductory chapters before chapter one that it says 2023 version, second version, or something like that at the beginning. So it's one of those first top chapters. And if you see that, then you know you're good. And also the copyright at the top says 2009 to 2023. My Kindle Fire did not reload it for 4 times I had to do it. The iPad loaded it right up. So be careful that you don't just delete the files and load it thinking that you have to do it. And the deal is that when I did that, the new cover was there, but the new structure of the new text was not. And I had to delete, reinstall, and I think I probably powered the thing all the way down and back up. And then finally it so I'm re-narrating the book. And the beginning chapters it starts off pretty slow and it's down in those low energy areas. And I think most of you know or have heard the story that when I narrated it the first time, I was at that time in the studio in downtown Dallas, and I was reading the 500s section. And I had to go up north downtown for an appointment. I left in rush hour traffic, and long story short, I was held back as a Suburban in front of me careened into the center median, bounced around, boom, behind, bounced around, boom, in front, and I was the next car behind. And I mean, it was like a hand just grabbed me and pulled me back away from that. And it was like that hand put up next to the cars next to her so that as she was doing her boom, 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 she didn't go into them. and she was injured. I got on the phone immediately and called 911, but then was just shaking, not from the accident, but from the realization that that was 500's energy that protected me. Because one of the themes through the whole book is that we get a vibrational match to what we put out. And on this morning's podcast, this morning's Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast, I put up this graphic that showed a stock chart basically. It was just saying, here's your predominant energy level. We all have one that we are at right now. And then I think through the day, we go up and down, right? So we have, it's almost just like a stock thing, you know, 'cause the stock thing goes like this all day, but then there's the predominant bigger theme trend. And that's the way it is with us because when we are triggered by something, we dip down, we get angry. And when we do our meditation in the morning, if we get up and we're in a really good space and we're in our little altar area at home and it just puts us into that elevated state, and for that time during the day, we're high. And then if we're trying to crank a project out and get something signed up or polished or done so that we can present it, we're in 300's energy. We're applying that kind of creativity to the project and that I can do this. I can get this thing. This is going to be great. They're going to like it. They're going to love it, or at least they're going to accept most of it. That's the positive energy that you're putting into it. And then sometimes when you're in the downtime area, you're in the 200's. You're just there. You're just like I was today. Oh, you're just you're just chilled out. So we're up and down through the day, and then we have a predominant. Well, so I was narrating this week at this level. It's the beginning level. Look at these words. Jama, don't you look at these words. I'll say them. But she's driving. Said she was driving tonight. Shame, denial, debasement, psychosis. And the tough part is that we have to that's part of life. And he explores it. I was talking to one person this week and the comment was didn't need to spend so much time on it. Let's focus on the thing. But Fred's point in the book was that most of society is in the lower, like at least from 20 to 400 or something. So as I was reading that section, a guy that I grew up with called out of the blue. We haven't spoken for quite a while. And now I know why. A very long story short is this guy is basically my age, a little younger. Our family's tight growing up. I know this person well. He was incredibly successful in his early career. He's in the financial area. I'm just going to say broadly. And he went to the top. He was making over 7 figures a year in his 30s. He was fast tracked. He was quoted in the Wall Street Journal or identified, flagged in the Wall Street Journal. Upcomer. This is the kind of person we're talking about. Classic pianist, Christian, raised in the church the whole way through. Got into pornography after his divorce. Basically, he was fired from his job because he got a little bit too big for his britches and challenged the new managers. They shut him down. They sent him out the door. And then his wife left. His home fell apart. He moved back home to take care of his aging parents and got into this stuff. And look at these words again: shame, denial, debasement, psychosis. My friend was arrested in 2 different counties because he was downloading images that crossed under a line of child pornography, and it's not looking good, obviously, for his future. We spent 2 hours on the phone the other day, and I ugh. So here I was reading about this, and look at what rings the phone out of nowhere, supposedly out of nowhere. So last time I was doing the book, 500's energy saved from an accident. This time reading the book down here at this is powerful stuff. And the best thing we can do is respect it and to work with it. So I called somebody that I'm in touch with quite a bit, and we did a clearing and just shook the energy off. So I had done that here, but it's always good to clear with somebody. And then what I'm doing now is before I start, I'm saging the area. What do they call it? Air guitar. Air guitar. I'm air sage because they didn't want to have incense and whatnot burned in here, and that's fine. I respect that. So I'm air saging, just knowing that the energy will get it done. But I do. I go all the way around the booth on the outside, room that the booth is in, the booth itself, the audio board, microphone, my chair, the tablet that I'm reading off of, all of it, the monitor, and then myself set an intention. And then what I'm doing is I'll mark the time and the amount of time that I spend in one of the low sections. I'm moving up and doing a high section for that amount of time or a little bit longer. And that's my offset. So it's like I've grown into the book Levels of Energy. It's a great refresher to go back through it, but it's not like it's a learning experience like it was the first time. So if I just ended up neutral through the book, that's great. And I'll settle back into my predominant energy we talked about today on the podcast. But the point is that we can even be exposed to this. And here's 2 different spectrums of the book. And while I was narrating them, it brought it in. That's super powerful. Material. Like, wow, that's charged. And that's why people say Levels of Energy more than any other Fred's books. It changes their life the most. So, um, oh, is this Sarah? See if this is Sarah. Sarah, you caught us at a good time. I just told a tough story. And thank you guys. I actually have a really good friend, a therapist in that area, specific to that area. Done it for a long, long time. Everybody wave at Sarah. Sarah, this is what we put up earlier, right there, pointing everybody to show them it's last week. And bracelets. So glad you joined us. Sarah works on Sunday nights, and so happy that you can pop in. But I appreciate your comments on this as far as because I talked to this friend who works in this area as a counselor. We went through a lot of the scenarios this afternoon, and I just lost it. I just lost it. So I am going to be a friend. What he did was wrong, and I've done wrong things too. You know, you can scale it, sure. whatever consequences are ahead will be ahead, and I'll support him through that too. I'm going to send love and certainly do that. But well, you talk about a heavy punch, and then see like so. Julie is saying Friday was unhinged. So firsthand experience of levels of energy. It's I I I adequately warned you that I was narrating the book. Maybe you all are coming under the whole umbrella, right? You all, Archangel Michael in the room up there. Yes. Hey, Alyssa. Good to see you. Oh, by the way, so Alyssa does a meditation on Tuesday nights at 8:30, and I'm going to join her not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. It's her anniversary of doing this for the first year, and I'm going to. She asked me if I would join her, and I said it would be a pleasure. So we're going to do it together next week. So you'll have to catch that, and it will be posted in our Facebook group page as well as hers, which is Meditative Astrologer. And so if you'd like to catch a Tuesday night meditation, it's astrology focused. She does a great job. And I can't wait to be on there too. It's going to be fun. Hey, Diane. So, see, everybody was having a tough week last week. And then back to what Pam said earlier, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, she just said that she wasn't going to be on last night or tonight because there's somebody that has an addiction is refusing help. So, you just see the pattern of this. It really is that low energy that we were talking about earlier was um, kind of the theme of this week. We talked about it Thursday and Friday on Fun Astrology, and we talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. Unfortunately, as far as the representation or the reflection of this energy in the sky is, it's not going to break up anytime soon. It's with us through at least next Sunday, and then it kind of pops back in a couple of different ways. So we really are going to. Um, thanks, Alyssa. I'm looking forward to. Um, we're going to be with this for a bit. So it's as far as looking at the chart, it's more of the same. I don't see any relief. So just hang in there, and that's going to be the focus of our meditation tonight. The Audible book will be updated on levels of energy when I finish, and I'm going methodically slow. So it's going to be at least probably 2 months. And um, what will happen is same thing. When we get the new book posted, and I'll have it on all the podcasts and everything, is that we'll delete your audio files, save the book, but delete the files, remove the files from your device, reload them, you'll get the new version. And it'll be a lot better than the first one. I promise you that. It's going to be great. But you don't have to buy it again if you own the Kindle or the Audible, but you will if you own the new hardback or paperback. Let's see. Friday, Saturday was calm. Today, humming in the solar plexus. Not excitement, not excitement, not anxiety. Bet one day at a time. I like your little piece, man. Yeah, this is put a bubble of protection around everything right now. Um, yeah, thank you. This is going to be really great. I am super excited. It's coming out. It's sounding really good. Just putting my whole heart into it, heart and soul. So it's going to be really great. So this is the deal. It's we have this energy is here, and I mean, look, and in the middle of this energy, we drew the Knight of Wands card tonight. It was just a great card. Charisma, passion, spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy, enthusiasm, courage. Um, just this very positive, moving on forward. So we have a little bump, and it's affecting so many people. And so let's just use our time tonight to really set some strong intentions for this week ahead. Sarah's saying, can't feel my internal self. So heavy. My masking is too thick. Feels like I can't break through it. So I'm focusing on things I'm doing for me and strengthening my energy. Wow. Wow. That's thick. When you lose your connection to that's nice. Nice. So let's keep all this in mind. Let's keep these folks, Pam's friend with the addiction, and yeah, it's going to be a tough road. The other layer is that after the divorce, he went back home. His parents are now. His dad will be 95 in 2 weeks, and his mom will be 93 in 2 months. And he's been taking care of them. And of course, with him there, they're able to stay at home. He's not there, they'll have to go into a facility. And that's the big heartbreak. So there are always consequences. There are for sure. So let's do this. First of all, I want to go into this meditation on a good vibration. All right. So let's do this. And kind of in light of today's podcast, if you heard it, you've already done this. And it probably should be exercise. But let's just for a second block out what's around you if you can, and just focus on what is my dominant energy right now. Like, just kind of think what I do on this is I'll tell you what I do on the scale as far as determining what energy I am at. I've got a procedure that works really well. Whenever I need to go inside and find something, I use a combination of Fred's book, the awareness method, the intuitive awareness method. I am intuitive awareness method. He goes through that, but it's basically just feeling, and I feel toward the center of my chest is where it comes in for me. And I feel for the feeling, and it's either an upward feeling or a downward feeling. It's either a positive, sometimes it'll feel yes, but it just feels up, or it feels down from a center position right here. And then I do a muscle testing, and my muscle testing technique is I just learned it works for me that there's a friction when it's a no from the pads of your fingers, or they're smooth and they just glide freely when it's a yes. And as long as those two match, then I know I've got a good answer. If you are not familiar with muscle testing, there are two videos pinned to the Facebook page. One is from Fred, one is from another lady. They're both excellent. Everybody said that they've had good responses. The ladies actually is more favorable. And so you can look at those, but that's what I do. So what I will do on the scale is just go broadly by 100s. So is my energy right now between 0 and 100? I hope not. If it was, I would be calling Alyssa or Kristen, and I wouldn't be on here. That's for sure. Is my energy right now between 100 and 200? My finger just went to no. I mean, instantly no. I know that for sure. Is my energy now between 300 and 400? Right? Yeah, 300 and 400. No. Okay. Back to neutral. Is my energy now between 400 and 500? It's kind of crackly there, but it's saying no. Is my energy 500 or above? And it's smooth. So I do quite a bit of prep beforehand here. Just having problems with this little microphone thing, but I just set it aside. But I knew that my vibration has been really high, and that's what became obvious in Florida at Fred's seminar, that even just getting around high energy people, I had an energetic reaction. Like, "Whoa," because 'cause I'm up here me and the trees and the copperheads. Copperheads will bring it down. But, so you can think where your predominant energy is right now. Now, was that my energy this afternoon? No. I had a little heart bobble this morning waking up. I didn't feel good today, so it was a down day, and it was a down day of the morning not feeling well. So, 200s probably. Didn't get much done, didn't try, didn't intend to. That's 200s. You know, when you say I've got a couch potato day, you don't wanna be 500, you don't wanna be 100 either, just neutral. And so this whole idea of needing to be in high energy is a facade. It's not life. We're there sometimes, but we're not there all the time. And then from there, you can dial it in. So you can say, am I from 500 to 550? Yes, 550. Above 550, no. So I just break it down. And then if you want to know even below that, you can move on in. But that's worked for me. And then just broadly, you know where you are, low, medium, or high on that scale. And whatever you are at then, you're going to be pulling into. So just think about where you might be. You might want to go through that little exercise real quick. You can do it in 10 seconds, really. Where's your energy? Now, there's one theme from this week, and that is that stuff just popped up. Stuff came out of nowhere. Stuff came up unexpectedly. And stuff came up when otherwise it, we should have been in an energetic level that would not have attracted that. Saying so, even though I was narrating in that low level, I it wasn't that I was focused there, or certainly not there myself. So, um, so one of the things that we'll do is we'll guard for this coming week. We'll put a bubble, but this is something that needs to be done, I think, really in the moment, on the moment. So we'll all have to think, remind ourselves this week to cover and protect ourselves. And what you could do is even set an intention that says something around that nothing that is not of my dominant vibration today is approaching me. And then at least keep yourself in the 300s and above. That would work. Maybe. With this, I don't know. So let's see here what we've got. We got a couple of comments. We'll catch up on some. Um, Sophie, good to have you always, Sophie. You just brighten up the whole screen when you are here with us. She is such a busy single mom, working, taking care of her little 1 year old Ivy. Ivy caught hand, foot, and mouth at daycare, and they said it takes a week. So she was fine by Wednesday, and it was a mild case, but at home all week. All right. Well, no, exactly what you mean. So, wow. Daughter took a nap, got one too. Today was a good day for that, wasn't it? Really good day for that. This felt like an energetic sponge. There's been a heavy energy from others. Wow, yes. Need some high energy folks around. Working on protecting my energy. It's all over. Had my mom do a reading. She said all she saw was zigzags. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it is everywhere. And then those of you in Canada, man, oh man, oh man, you have been on my heart so much this week. We've had some of the after effects down here. So we're in there. I've been in there with you, and every time I go out and look at it and breathe, I think of you. So we're sending prayers for sure, for sure. Um, no, we are not alone in this. We are not alone. Look at all those pink hearts. That's great. Love that. Love you. So let's just, first of all, let's just kind of zone into our own selves here. This is, we do this as a group, and we certainly will connect the group energy. In fact, let's do that. In just a little while, we'll have bracelets that we can grab a hold of. But for now, if it's the computer or the phone or some point of mutual connection, whatever it is to you, you might want to put your hand on your heart chakra or another area that is drawing it energetically right now. And we're going to put our own mask on first, and then we'll work with these other folks who have asked us to remember them tonight. And let's set an intention for high energy meditation. And if that's it, just like what Sarah was saying, if it's at a point where it's just not clicking, then just set that intention. Just put that out there. This is a high vibration meditation for me and the group, for everybody who's here now and who hears it later. This is high vibe. Think of your predominant energy again. Where would you like it to be for the evening? And remember, setting it at 500s might mean you might not sleep so well. 275 is not bad to go to bed. 250, 350, 375. A lot of you have read the book. And then what do you want your predominant energy to be this week? I'm going to stay high. I'm going to say 400s and even sometimes of 500s during the break times. A little more time outside this week, too, for me. Do you need to build some yoga into your week? We have that yoga meditation that's free on the Fun Astrology site. If you don't have that, you can go in there and just download it. It's in the freebies tab, and it's about a 45-minute to an hour long yoga meditation, however long you do it. Take pieces, parts, the whole, whatever. Good way to loosen up your spine and get your upper energy flowing. Yogananda said God is in the spine. Well, those are all spine exercises. Chai tea recipes in there too. Maybe build some of that in. Maybe you need to get out and exercise. An elevated heart rate will keep the energy level high as well. Now let's do a group connection. So just focus on that point of connection if you're touching your phone or your computer or whatever, your heart, forehead, solar plexus. Maybe your hands are folded. Whatever's drawing you, follow it. If nothing is drawing you, try any of the above. Maybe just connect with the group. Touch the phone, touch the device. Let's feel into each other's energy now. Jigsaws and all. And let's give each other a great big hug. Enjoy the journey. Becomes a lot more relevant right now, doesn't it? It'll be good to have a bracelet to just pinch, put your hand on, and reflect that it's a journey. So, in the spirit of love and high energy, let's put a bubble of protection around each other right now. This is for everybody. This is everybody supporting everybody. A lot of times we'll think of somebody, let's just do the whole group. Everybody who's here gets your energy. Everybody who's here gets my energy. Get out to everyone. And let's cover those who will watch this later. Watching replays, you get this energy. Thank you for stopping by. You get the protection if you join us with the intention. Group strength. What do you feel? Do you feel love? Do you feel a little bit stronger? That's what I feel. You feel a bondedness, like, yeah, we'll support each other. You got it. You bet. And now let's remember some folks. Let's remember Pam's friend who has the addiction, resistance, not wanting help, can't force it. Sometimes you have to just sit back and watch. Release, Pam, release. Be neutral. Don't hold on to an outcome. That's been another theme this week. I think in the distribution of the challenges, there's been resistance. Got to let it go. Got to let the situation go. Put it back to source. And then Kat and her daughter, COVID reaction medication. And then the brother in law that was mentioned earlier, facing the same kind of thing as my friend, soul healing, spiritual healing, as well as physical. It's interesting. I'm just realizing here that the theme is twice addictions. In the sky, Neptune points to addictions for us. Constellation, the sign of Pisces points to addiction. We all have Neptune and Pisces in our umbrella above. How we handle it, what we do with it, is part of our overall energy level, actually. So you might just stop off and think for a minute if there's anything might be a little too close for you. Be a good time to just commit to setting it aside, even if you just try it 6 weeks. Try doing without whatever might that be. I used to have some things in my life that I did on a regular basis. Some got too close. I let them go. And I can say that today there is nothing that my body has to have in order to do the day. And that is a wonderfully freeing feeling. Opens the portals to the higher vibrations. Now, for you this week, set yourself up with protection. So, a bubble around us, white light surrounding us, all around. Think of love filling that bubble. Ram Dass sings, I am loving awareness. As I was flipping the duration of the book, and I got up into the 600th. Fred said the 600s, which are really unachievable for humanity, is pure awareness. Okay. That's why that song is so amazing. I am loving awareness. Just be awareness without all the attachments. Wow. That's vibing high. And what are you going to attract? Not much from this earth, that's for sure. I am loving awareness. Maybe jump on YouTube or one of your music apps after this is over and play that song about 5 times. Almost an hour. Play it a couple of times anyway. I am loving awareness. And as Krishna Das is doing his hum chants, just be in the space of awareness without judgment. And now let's just do this too to wrap this up, that all energies, all energies. Okay, this is it. Okay, here we are. Here's what we do. I am awareness. Sarah was saying she can't connect inside. Just be awareness without judgment. Hmm. And here's our mantra: I allow all energies to pass through freely. I allow all energies to pass through freely. Something comes up low energy this week, let it pass through. Just don't attach to it. Get sticky with it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to talk to it. Just let it pass through. This energy is passing around. It's just let it go. Pass through. Good medium, get it done well so that others like it energy. Let it pass through. Grab some of it. Sit, let it pass through. Don't try to talk to it. High vibe energy, 400s energy, creating things, being in the creation, writing, recording, programming. Use it. Pass. Don't hang on. 500s, blissfulness, love, peace, joy, creativity. Experience it, but don't cling to it. Be open. Let it pass. Okay. I allow all energies to freely pass through. I am loving awareness. That hopefully sent chills down your spine. Let's do that again. Say it out loud if you can. I allow all energies freely pass through. I am loving awareness. Let's do it one more time. That feels really good. It just goes right down my spine. God is in the spine. It's a good connection. I allow all energies to pass through freely. I am loving awareness. So it is. That was strong. I am loving awareness. It's amazing when you, even if you just do this yourself and you get into this meditation, and then what is there for you that is supposed to come up and out of that meditation comes up and out. You know what I'm talking about. That's where you're supposed to be. So thank you guys for being here. This was longer than I thought. We would be out of here a lot sooner, but um, thank you guys. Thank you for letting me tell my story. It's obviously I'm not identifying anybody, but it's it helps to just process, and it helps create the reality that this energy is something else. It really is. Pam, we'll be praying for you, your friend. Just say, uh, oh, there's a desire to, to fix and whatever, but just let the energy. Sarah, Sarah's connecting with her, getting her inside. It's like connecting like a sweet grass. Wow, weaving together. That's a cool image. Protection bubble was a bug zapper. I like that. All energy is not for me. Be zapped. Good. Good. That's how it should be. Good. That's awesome. Hey, that's great. Thank you guys for being here. Here we've got a comment about Alyssa on Tuesday. Yeah, just stop by our Facebook page. Listen, it'll pop up or it'll pop up. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alyssa, that was something that I had obviously deal with that situation. I'll tell you, as he was telling, right? I mean, I don't know what to say, but as he was sharing and I was hearing his voice and ears, there was no judgment. And the world would judge this as one of the most heinous things possible, separating consequences. I'm just saying, for him, the space was clear, the space was open. And that's how you can step in with love. There's going to be plenty of judgment from other sources. It doesn't need to come from you and me, right? Let the judgment unfold. Karma's a so that's not my business. My business is to love somebody that I've known for a long, long time. I know that that's not him in his core. Something changed, but that's not him. So I love that. Thank you. Thank you. No judgment. Just letting things be. We're all human. We're all on the journey. Sarah, maybe we need to keep making some more of these bracelets, right? Uh, tell you what, the more we love upstairs, the more we get the full circle. That's what's becoming so much. That's the deal is as we are connecting more to source, better things are happening. I've noticed that pattern. Oh, that was kind of interesting. So, okay, so on Fred's scale, remembering that we can operate on any vibration that we choose and we move around. Sometimes you need to get angry, you know? I mean, that's not bad. You just don't want to stay in it, but sometimes it's okay. I mean, a good way to break bad habits, get angry at it, you know? Because anger is a higher vibration than the bad habit. So, um, well, there again, I'm having a little slip. Where were we? We were talking about Sarah's post there. Ah, lost it. Um, if any, it's what we were talking about right there. I'll come back. All on the journey. I know it is. You know, um, we can just remember that this is so much something that we are all. If we, well, I know what I was saying. 500's in the book. So you know, if you think about the highest you're getting into, I mean, let's say one the Fred scale is 0 to 1,000. He says at the beginning when he's introducing it, the numbers are made up, but it puts structure. So 1,000 is God, 1,000 is source. I forgot this that he was saying that like worship of Jesus in traditional methods is a 540 level activity in its pure form, not the cooked up stuff. In its pure heartfelt expression, 540. And he was saying the same thing of uh, Muslim expression, Judaism expression, like these, you know, the major structural religions, even though they can way on down and they can come all the way down, what we were just talking about, 20. But if we are in the pure form of even structured connection with source, that's basically what he was saying. Excuse me. What he was saying was we are just in pure form of that connection. That's really hot. And that's probably going to be more one-on-one kind of thing. But you know how it is. I mean, and he says if you go into a like he was saying, if you go into a synagogue or a mosque or a church with beautiful decorations and beautiful music, that's as close to 600's energy as you can get. So the thing here is for us to not make those structures wrong as we are reforming how we're stepping into this new world because it is part of the solution into the stepping up. I had somebody text me this afternoon, ask if there was anything in astrology around year 2026 that showed some kind of major shift for kind. I'm like, well, I mean, took a look at it, and here's the deal: Saturn, which right now is in Pisces, which is the last of the 12 signs, moves into Aries 25, 2026. Neptune, spirituality, connection with God, connection with source, moves out of Pisces, governs. into Aries in 2025 and 2026. So when you look at the chart now and you look at 2026, there's nothing left in Pisces. That's the spiritual connection. It's tapping into source. That's the redemption. That's the return to that from which we came. Think of Amir Zoji and his water bottle. I don't have a water bottle, but I got my I got my green tea thing here. That is hilarious. Let's do there we go. So if you could see liquid, right? You think of liquid in here is from the ocean. It is not the ocean part of us. We have separated ourselves from that often, and we've pushed it away because sometimes it's hurt us, and sometimes it's just loony, whatever. But but the shift here is what I basically said to him was that the way it looks from the chart, if we don't reconnect with source pretty quickly, and if we look at this, he was asking more big picture than individually. So those of us who reconnect with source now are going to put massive plans of action in for the years ahead. And those who don't, I mean, it could be Armageddon because the spiritual void will be gone. Either you're going to take it with you into the next phase, or it's going to be gone, hard to get back in touch with. And that's in essence what that looks like. So we really are reconnecting with source. And let me just show you this real quick here. For next week, I thought this might be something we could play with. And I know you guys would appreciate this probably. I was just saying, possibly next week, think about your ancestral lineage. I had this come up this week. It was actually this weekend. But I was thinking about some of those came before. And there are some patterns that I came up with that are not good patterns. They're not patterns I want to carry on. So as we're talking about letting this energy pass on through, maybe for next week we'll take a look at some lineage stuff, some clearing energies that might be stuck in our families, clearing individual. Like I identified some stuff up my maternal line from grandfathers and great grandfathers, and then there was some stuff over here on the other on my dad's side. Uh, yeah, some dad stuff that was like a great uncle that, yeah, just, just stick energy. So what you might do is spend some time this week looking at what you know at least and identify. Then we'll do some stuff next week. We'll do some work around that to wipe that out or to at least neutralize some of that energy. Okay. All right. You guys are saying yes, let's do it. All right. Good. That's ancestral cords. Yes, exactly. And I did a little bit this afternoon, but I'm like, I really want to soak into this week. So I've got it sitting right here on my desk, and I'm going to be working through that this week myself. So we'll bring that into the meeting next weekend. All right, you got it. Okay, you guys have a great one. Thanks for sticking around. This was fun. I love all of you. So appreciate you. Have a wonderful week. See you on the podcast. My friend Chet asked if I was overdoing it. I said yes. I mean, I am. I've got way too much on my plate. It's very full, and I'm feeling very pressed, and it is showing up in my card. So he sent me my own medicine. He sent me to Bob Newhart. Stop it. Stop it. So I might tap the brakes a little bit this week on at least fun astrology. We will see, but but probably not. Probably But anyway, I love you guys. We'll be around. We'll be around, and then we'll be back next week, and we'll do this. Okay, so I've got we'll be putting it together. This will be fun. Have a great one. See you guys. Love you. Good night.